Hold on. Let me make sure my hair is chilling. Usually I'm wearing a...
Are you going to cut it?
Huh?
Are you going to cut it?
Eventually.
I thought you were supposed to cut it on the first show of the year.
I was, but like, low-key...
I think I should just shave it all off on the show.
I texted my barber Jerry Aguian. Turns out he was in Mexico, so I wasn't able to get my hair cut.
That's a problem.
It is just a little bit of a problem, but I guess that's our cue. Ladies and gentlemen, for everyone watching, welcome back to Tuebor, the #1 show in the world. It's pretty crazy, #1. So we're very honored. We're proud.
I'm honored to be here.
Honored to be here, ladies and gentlemen. We today. This is special. This is a weird guest and a special guest because like we know each other well, but like we haven't seen each other in a while. We have
months.
Well, let me give you a little intro first. Let me give you a little intro. So, Haley, did you know that you were a all-state swimmer? Did you know?
I feel like that's a lie coming out of this man's mouth
now.
It is.
State. You finaled at state in the relay.
Oh yeah, you're right. Yeah.
All-state swimmer. She didn't even know that. So, we are basically in the presence of greatness right now. How does that feel?
Honestly, I just try to stay humble, and it is what it is, and you keep trucking through every day. So
I feel like such a I called
words. Okay, Maas, words.
We're gonna cut. Okay, so
or you can bleep
basically.
It out.
She is an all-state swimmer. She is a nursing graduate.
Student, almost graduate. She is dedicating basically her whole life to saving lives. That's pretty incredible. Thank you.
As someone who is a big proponent of lifeguards, I can appreciate saving lives. I personally haven't saved a... Have I saved a life? I don't know.
I'm sure you have, and you didn't even know you did.
Maybe. Oh, that'd be pretty cool. I got an email the other day. It was like something about you inspire me. It was some... If I were to read it right now, it would sound like...
Where's the phone? Pull it out.
No, I wouldn't even be able to. But, Haley, what inspired you to want to come on the #1 show in the world?
Honestly, so for those of you watching who don't know, Kevin and I grew up together. We've known each other since we were...
This has been such a bad intro. No, like we babies, pretty much.
Very, very, very little.
Very, very little.
I think when I started swimming, so that would have been 4 or 5 years old. So you would have been what, 3 or 4? You would have been 4 if I was 5.
I think you're like, how old are you?
21.
I'm in my early 20s. So, yeah, it's crazy that it seems like we're the same age, but like you're 1 year older. Mm-hmm. Okay. So you're about to graduate, right? How does that feel? How does that feel that you're about to graduate as an all-state swimmer?
Okay, we're going to put the swimming behind me. We're going to move on.
Okay, so what happened? Because at first, for those of you who don't know, Haley went to school.
To swim.
Same with me.
Yep.
Same with me. We're kind of in the same boat there.
We are.
High key.
We can talk a little bit about
that. I'm not a big... I don't like this. My chair is so much higher. This is still rolling. We're still rolling.
It's okay. You can cut it.
My ADHD. No.
Oh, no cuts. Okay. So I guess I'll give a little backstory of how Kevin and I know each other first. So Kevin and I grew up together. We swam together. I got to know his awesome, incredible family. And we honestly have kept in contact. He's one of the few people that I've kept in contact with from high school. And it's been really, really cool to see him grow into a new role as a political figure, as a social media host, Sure, if we want to add that to the list on your resume. So, quite honestly, I might have some things on my resume, but it's been really cool to just support him overall and see the person that he becomes.
I'm like a little bit lower now, so.
And see the person that he becomes. So when he asked if I wanted to be on the podcast, I was like, mic check. Absolutely.
We are off to a hot start.
But you know what? It's a hot mess express, and that's fine.
Hot mess express, but you know what, Haley? I think this is a very special episode because it's kind of like, usually everyone else, it's like I didn't really know anything about them. So it was like, it's easy because then I can just spit and I can be like, yo, so where'd you go to high school? Haley, what was your favorite, okay, you want to be a nurse, right? I'm sure there's a lot of people watching right now that want to go into the medical field. If you were to go back, okay, say you're a senior in high school,
Okay.
all-state swimmer, again, you know, stud athlete, and then you got the same choice over again. What do you choose?
I think that's a hard question because I'm not quite in my career yet, so I haven't seen the total extent of what it is. I've gotten a taste, and for those of you out there who may be considering the medical field.
What's that, like, Olivia Rodrigo song? It's like Taste.
Yeah,
How's
wait.
it go?
We can play. Or
No, it's
are
like,
you going to get copyrighted?
Well, don't play it. Just sing it. Sing it for the camera.
No, we're not singing here.
Ladies and gentlemen, Haley and myself, I believe you were in choir, right?
Nope.
In 6th grade?
Nope, because I didn't go to West Ottawa.
So what'd you do?
I did art. I was
You
an
didn't take an
artiste.
instrument?
Oh, you're thinking Sabrina Carpenter. No, I didn't. But,
Sabrina Carpenter.
But
Okay.
I did
Yeah,
take a
I'm not the
piano
most-
class this semester. So I learned how to play bass. Sky.
Yo, actually, that's sick. So you know how to play the piano?
Kind of. I can dabble.
So you can just go, bop, bop. You can fist the piano. That's all I can do. It's just like, bop, bop.
You heard it here, folks. Kevin likes to fist pianos.
Well, hey, you know, I think we're getting a little bit off topic.
Okay.
Look, so
Okay,
Haley,
we'll go back to the medical field.
medical field. Look, Park Township medical field. Have you ever seen anyone drown? Do you know anyone who's drowned at the state park? Do you feel strongly about any medical issues? You know what? Do you want to? Okay. You know, can we
He's
just
gonna grill me.
cut straight to the shit? Like,
Go ahead.
straight to the beef.
We can talk about your lifeguarding.
No, I want to.
We
So
can
the
talk
last
about-
episode, I went really heavy on the
Oh,
lifeguards.
okay,
But
we
now
don't have to do
I want to
that.
ask you about the mental health scenario because obviously you know Ian Miskelly.
Mm-hmm.
He was a teammate of ours, and he committed suicide at the University of Michigan. Very tough. And Steve and Jill Miskelly, I talked to them for a little bit, and you know they really opened my eyes to the problem. And I just kind of wanted to see if you recognize the same thing, where psychiatrists may be incentivized to give a diagnosis and a prescription the very first visit after the first consultation, when you know, in reality, they shouldn't be able to. I think it should be after the fourth one minimum. But the reason they give it after the first every single time is because the insurance company only pays them if they give a diagnosis, because they got to get the money for the drugs. What do you think about that? Do you agree with that? Do you want to kind of be like, I can't comment, I'm in the medical field? Or?
No, I think the number one thing that has surprised me the most about being in medicine and being in the medical field is actually how political it is. I did not know.
You see the United Healthcare?
I did see that. But I don't know a whole lot on that, so I'm not going to comment.
I don't
because
know anything about it either.
I don't like commenting on political things if I'm not educated. So I will say that because I feel like
we're in the same boat there.
so
It's a business handshake.
as somebody myself who has
As somebody yourself. What a line. No.
okay, as an individual, we'll just go with this. As an individual
As a
who
female,
has,
or as a medical professional.
I'm actually going to go a more personal route.
Oh.
So I am somebody who, and I'm very open about it, who has struggled with their mental health, does occasionally struggle with their mental health because healing's not linear. But I have been diagnosed by my primary care physician, and this is a little bit probably of a different topic that you haven't heard a whole lot about, but there are a lot of primary care physicians who will diagnose people with mental health disorders that should not be diagnosed by a PCP, because in my
Primary care
professional
physician.
personal opinion, I do not think that primary care physicians should be tackling mental health problems because that is not their specialty. That's why we have psychiatrists. However, the flip side to that is there is simply not enough of higher educated, I'm saying higher educated as in master's, doctorate, people who are in the psychiatry realm. I mean, if you look at job postings for nurses, so I was looking last week because I'm moving after graduation. A psychiatric nurse practitioner posting was $140,000 to $180,000 a year.
Damn.
And for a nurse practitioner,
sign me up.
that is really, really, really good. Really good.
What
Because
do they usually, is that like, what do they usually get?
I think it's like 100,000 to 120,000.
Shout
I
out
think
nurse practitioners. Is that what you want to be?
I am considering. I need to make sure that I want more responsibility later on, but I think that number just goes to show how much scarcity there is of providers.
Yeah.
And so, yes, I don't think psychiatrists have it all. Yeah.
Can I play the devil's advocate here? Because I see what you're saying, because they're not the expert in psychiatrists. But to play the devil's advocate, do you think, that the primary care physician, they're the ones that, you go to the doctor, you see the primary care physician.
Depending what it is. Depending what it is.
Well, like ever since you're little, like you go to one doctor. Most people, I don't know the exact stat, but I always went to one doctor until I turned 18. Do you think that he would have a better chance diagnosing me than a psychiatrist off of one, telehealth 30-minute consultation? Because then it's like, the patient's just going to get whatever he wants, and he's most likely just doctor shopping, trying to get whatever he wants to get, and or it's just the psychiatrist is like, I'm trying to get paid, so I'm just going to give him what I think he is, even though I'm not sure. Do you think that the primary care physician should have anything to do with mental health and psychiatry?
I think they are a great first step. I think that they can, if you need immediate help, they can give it to you, because it can be, not always, but it can be a hard time to get into a psychiatrist. However, personal experience, I was given medication for my psychiatric realm of my healthcare that made it worse, and that was 3 different medications, and I ended up in the psych hospital. So from that standpoint, I think they maybe shouldn't be manipulating the drugs, but they can give you a referral and they can make it a faster process. But at the same time, we're still dealing with the scarcity of psychiatric health practitioners.
I feel like it should be a slower process. Like, here's my thing. And this is what, this Steve Muskelly, he feels extremely strongly about this, I believe, as well, from our conversation. But, if there was a state fund scares a lot of people, but you guys would have no idea how much money the government wastes. There is money to be spent that is being wasted. And mental health matters, because, you know what? Every life matters. My life matters. Haley's life matters. Your life matters. All our lives matter. And it's worth $1 being spent. So, on that regard, I think there should be a state fund to where the psychiatrist gets paid by the state.
Okay.
For the first 3 consultations.
Okay.
One of them, if they're a dependent, mandatory parent there. And a lot of people might not want to hear this, but, if your parent is paying your rent, your parent is going to be there when you're when you're talking to the psychiatrist for at least one of the visits. And
not always.
But that's what I think it should be.
You think the parent should always be there?
Oh, yeah. No, not always.
Okay.
One of the 3. The guy who was sitting right here on, not last episode, but the episode before that, Brody. You remember the guy who was saying outlandish stuff. Polar opposite from Haley.
Guess what? We're siblings.
Twins! No, I'm just kidding. So I've just completely lost my train of thought. Sorry, viewers, but they were probably going to get bored anyways. But last night, guess how much sleep I got, Haley?
Well, you texted me at 4 a.m. And considering I saw on your Instagram story this morning that you were at the pool at like 9 a.m., I'm going to say like 4 hours of sleep.
I was editing until 8:20, and then I drove to the pool. I got 0 hours of sleep. So I'm a little bit unorthodox right now. So if you guys notice a little bit of change, we're off of no sleep, and it's like 10 p.m. So, but you know what? At the end of the day, it's like, Who matters more than the citizens of West Michigan? We are getting content. We are bringing entertainment. And I don't know if you knew, but I just recently announced that I am running for state senate.
Wow.
2026. This is the one Brody was on.
Okay. I saw the big announcement post.
Yeah. He forced it out of me. He was like, "So what's this announcement?"
Sounds like
low key. I was gonna wait until like a couple months, and then he said it, and I was just like, "Screw it!" And then
Start the campaign now. Why not?
Yeah, it's like, why not? Well, my name's already on the ballot, so it's like I was just gonna like campaign in silent. So my thought process was like, it's a good time before like Christmas, you know, when people see their families. So if you guys see your families or you're still with your families for New Year's, make sure you tell them, the truth is Kevin Maas, and tell them in 2026 to vote for change, because we saw our government. You know what we saw, Haley?
What did we see?
We saw a $9 billion surplus turn into a $1 billion deficit in the span of 1 year.
And how did that happen? Very curious. Where is my money going?
You know, it's very easy to point fingers and play the blame game. And I think a lot of Republicans have blamed Gretchen Whitmer, and a lot of Democrats have blamed a lot of Republicans. But at the end of the day, it's bipartisan. There's always Democrats and there's always Republicans. We need to work together and influence everyone on both sides of the aisle. And that's something that I think I can do. You know, I wear the MAGA hat. I say look, I'm a polarizing guy sometimes, but at the end of the day, it's like, we're all people. Like, I think you're a Democrat, right?
No.
Okay, all right. You know what? Hold on. The only reason I say this, and I'm gonna put you on the spot here.
Okay.
In 2016, the presidential debate, Haley put on her story.
I'm sure Kevin
she put a picture
this.
of this. Was like, Trump made the debates just so funny. Like, it's ridiculous how funny he made the debates. But it's funny to think back at it. You put in your story, like, I feel for you, Hillary. Can you elaborate on this?
Okay, I'm going to prefer to not comment because I don't even remember posting this.
Well, okay. So
here's the thing. And I know I said this earlier, but I would say I'm very open-minded. And so I agree with both sides of both parties in certain things. And so this does not make me, I am not an extremist. Like, I just can't be.
All right. So I'll start because it's easy. I was going to put you on the spot and be like, what do you like about the Democrats and what do you like about the... I'm not going to do that, and I'll do it myself because it's a tough question.
See, and he should be explaining these if you're running.
The Democratic Party... it's actually crazy. In Michigan, it's kind of swung the other on a national scale. Short-term rentals, it's a big problem here in Park Township. But short-term rentals, you know about that issue. On a national scale, Republicans want short-term rentals. Republicans are like, you do what you want with your property. That's your property. You do what you want, and it's like that's the Republican stance. But here in Park Township, 100% Republican consensus voted unanimously to ban short-term rentals.
Crazy.
Well, actually banning them in residential areas, even though look on the zoning map and the commercial, like the areas where you actually can is a sliver, slim to none. And Senator Eric Nesbitt, he's the Republican leader. A couple years back, he proposed legislation where every single township in the state of Michigan could not ban short-term rentals, to where no less than 30% of the homes in the township. So basically, like, at least 30% of the homes have to be granted, yes, you can do short-term rentals.
Okay.
That is not, it's like 1% in Park Township.
Crazy.
It's crazy. But now we're going to the Republicans.
Okay.
I like that, we want to keep our border strong. Obviously, we want a strong country. We want a strong border. The Democrats have politicized that. That's just common sense. In my opinion, that's just common sense. Number two, I think that the Democratic Party was just so unfair to Haley Menghini. Like, they commented her on her Instagram post. They were like, "Why'd you vote for Trump?" Like, they called her out.
Am I missing something?
No.
I'm not here for these lies.
We are like, who did you vote for, Haley?
No comment.
You know who I voted for in my first time ever voting? Myself. Like, actually, for real though. I kind of got destroyed though.
Honestly.
Okay, can we?
No,
can we
you
go
did
back?
not. I saw the article.
What
You
article?
say that you failed. I saw the article comparing all of the votes.
I lost.
All the votes. Okay, so what? You lost for your
wasn't-
first. Okay. I'm gonna make this man shut up right now. And for being your first campaign ever, Kevin Maas.
Yo.
What was it? 700 some votes out of.
Yo, they got 7,000, bro.
Okay, and they've been in it before, right?
Well,
You're also a 20-some-year-old individual defying the odds.
And they were on the ballot. That was the thing.
Well, perfect.
I got the most write-ins.
Look at that. See, that's a win in itself. Things we need to celebrate. It's not all success and failure. There's learning in the middle.
It's all winners and losers.
No, it's not.
It's all about.
What did you learn from that
listen
experience?
to our president. That's. No, I'm just kidding. That's a joke. That is a joke. That is a joke. But thank you for
You're
that.
welcome.
For the generous. Thank you for the generous kindness. You know, there was 2 outcomes: you win or you lose. It didn't matter if I got 700 or 7 or 6,000. I still would have lost. So, but at the end of the day, I'm going to take that and use it as a learning lesson and make sure that there is absolutely 0 chance in the world that we lose the Senate election in 2026. I'm telling you, 0% chance. It's actually kind of funny that I wanted to, like, I used to hate politicians. And I still do. That's like
I was going to say, I feel like you still do.
Well, the reason I wanted to be a politician was because I hate politicians, and I hate the way they act. I hate the way they lie. I hate the way
that's why I'm going into nursing. The medical system is so stupid once you get into it because it's all insurance. It's not actually about the patients anymore.
You know what you got to do? If the insurance company gives you a call, she's like, "Hey,"
I don't think that's in my scope of practice.
And they like blackmail you. Say it's like, say something like that happens. Be like, "Hey, I know the senator," and then you give me a call, and I'm like, "Hey, well, fortunately, there's nothing we can do because there's 38 senators, so there's." No, I'm just kidding.
Well, unfortunately, I won't be a Michigan resident anymore.
Do you think I would be able to influence 38 senators, Democrats and Republicans?
You know what? You were very persuasive. Can I ask you a question?
What's up? You've had this in your head for like the past 5 minutes, so now I'm kind of nervous on what it is. I'm gonna drink some Ghost. Shout out Ghost, not sponsored.
It should be. As an ex D1 athlete, I feel like we don't talk about your past growing up and who you are, like what made you who you are. But
who am I? Kevin?
I can answer some of those questions.
J. Maas.
Okay. Anyways, what do you think? From growing up.
Yo, this is... All right. Keep going. Sorry. Hey, the Uggs, come on.
They're already wet. What do you think, like, sports taught you growing up, especially, like, being at the level of a D1 athlete that has contributed to your success, but as well as contributed to the position that you're in right now?
Sports. Well...
Like the lessons it's taught you.
1, it's like competition. I hate losing.
I know this.
And 2, you learn how to deal with losing. You know, you've seen me when I was really younger.
You know, there
was a few outbursts, you know, when I lost. And it's just the reality of sport. You know, a lot of people,
especially
baseball,
when you care.
swim, it's like, you fail, it's like.
I can just imagine you chucking a bat behind a plate once you struck out.
Were you there?
No, I'm just imagining this happening.
I probably did something.
We should ask Ed.
Yeah, we shouldn't. No, but so look, like competition, 1, humility, 2. It's like you fail in front of a lot of people, so you deal with that, and that's why I think I would have been in a lot different position right now if I would have lost the election and just stopped posting.
100%.
Stopped staying public, stopped going to Park Township. I wouldn't have been able to get in the position to where Nesbitt wanted, Senator Eric Nesbitt wanted to, have me. That's crazy for me. That's crazy for me. I want to film content with him so bad. That's like my one goal. If he doesn't want to, he doesn't want to. But like, I'm gonna ask, and I'm gonna ask respectfully. If he says no, he says no. But,
I think you can be persuasive.
No, but it's like, I don't want to make him mad. I want to do whatever I can to help him. But going back to sports, baseball, swimming, soccer.
Everything. These multi-sport
Lacrosse.
athletes. You played lacrosse?
No.
No. I was like, I
we
didn't
had
know
a,
about
remember
that.
the thing we had in the backyard? It was like I played catch a few times with someone.
Okay,
But,
apparently that warrants being a lacrosse player.
wait, what?
Nothing.
What?
Keep going.
No, okay, so you did sports too. I think that did that kind of answer your question? Like, look, humility, competition.
Oh, 100%.
I hate losing, and I will do whatever I can to not lose. I think I don't like to think I have a winner's mindset, but I definitely
but you do.
I definitely
That's
don't.
okay.
I know I don't have a loser's mindset. I'm not okay with failing. I'm not okay with it, and it will eat me up inside. I might not show it, and I might be good at keeping my composure now, but I learned that composure through sports and through the humility that I dealt with in those sports, if that kind of makes sense. I don't know if I'm making,
No.
but
I think everyone takes different things away from it. So
Yeah.
being able to identify what it did for you is cool.
Yeah, it kind of drained my bank account.
Well, it's probably
It's
better
alright.
than mine at the current second.
Wait, what?
I said your bank account's probably better than mine at the current moment.
Who cares though? Money's
No,
money.
money is money. It comes and goes.
Literally
Paper.
material. Paper. Wait, Michael Scott. Well, I'm trying to.
I feel like
I was gonna talk about more presidential politics, but I feel like that's the last thing you want to talk about. So I want to go.
Yeah,
go
I was gonna
back-
say,
go
I'm
back.
not
Let's
educated
go
enough.
all the way back. You mentioned at the very beginning of this podcast that we know each other pretty well. Yeah, we do. I want to talk about when we were at MLA, right?
Cool.
I think we were both there for like 6 months, like one season, or at least
no,
I was there.
there for, I want to say 1.5 years, 2 years. I don't know how long you were there while I was there, though.
Well, I know we were
Seems like
there at one
forever
point
ago.
together because I was, always at West Ottawa, and then there were some times when either like Sam Hoekstra left, and then
Sam, what a coach.
shout out Sam Hoekstra though.
Like, can we really just take a second to, like,
Rest in peace.
appreciate
Oh.
his growth
First of
as
all,
a coach?
rest in peace, Don Kimball.
Yeah, that's sad.
That's extremely tragic. They just had the Don Kimball Invitational, so shout out
you go?
Lori, shout out Dan, shout out Don, shout out Sam. Incredible people, incredible family. But Sam, he has some huge news in his life right now. I am not at liberty to say it.
Okay, I was going to say, I think I know what you're talking about, but I don't think we should go
I
into
am
that.
not at liberty to say it. If he wants to come on the show and announce it, he will.
I think
But
that should be a very special guest,
Dude,
Sam
I
Hoekstra.
love Sam so much, man. He's the, I say man. I love, like I'm talking to Sam, but there's not many coaches like Sam.
No,
Because.
not anymore. I feel like it takes, so many coaches are in it for the money and for the success, and he very much cares about each individual athlete, and you can tell.
Like, his heart is so big, it almost, like, popped out. He almost had heart attacks during the practices, Like, no, but actually, though, his heart is massive, and every swimmer that has ever swam for Sam Hoekstra knows that he would do anything for
100%.
you. And he would do anything to see you accomplish your goals. I remember my favorite Sam Hoekstra story was when we were at sectionals.
I probably wasn't there.
Oh, wait.
I wasn't.
Okay,
fact.
well, we were at sectionals, and he swam on a relay with us, and we got on the. He carried us. He got us on the podium. Like, that was my only sectional medal, and I got it because of Sam Hoekstra.
Wow.
He won a 22 long course 50 free at the end of the relay. Shout out Sam
Crazy.
Hoekstra. But mega zones.
Oh my God, this is going way back.
Were we like 12 years old, 14 years old? Geneva,
I think we
Ohio?
were like 10. I
10?
think it was 12. I might have been 12 and under. I think we were still 12. I was 12, I think, because I was on the peak of my swimming career.
Were we studs back then?
Oh yeah. Except, you know what I remember?
What? Oh gosh.
Okay, so I qualified. For those of you watching who don't know,
None
swimming.
of them know.
Don't. I was just
Well,
going to give a brief synopsis of like how you make it to this meet.
Perfect.
Okay, so you just have to make a
cut.
standard cut. It's a specific time that is set. And Mega Zones was like one of the higher ones for our age group.
This is like killing me. So.
I know, it was killing me too. I was like, this is going to be so annoying.
They can't see it, but like the
I feel like they
trees,
can hear it.
They can hear.
Like, it's been wrestling with like...
Okay, well, let's just move it over here or something.
Perfect, cool. Now it's in my face.
Okay, That's perfect. That's perfect.
Okay. Anyways,
that's perfect.
Wonderful. Should have done this 20 minutes ago.
This looks so. Okay. All right.
Look at the way this is. Like...
Yeah. I don't know. I'm not sure. Okay. Just put it. Yeah. Well, the podcast is a podcast.
It is what it is.
It is what it is.
Okay. Anyways, so we're at our state meet, and I didn't qualify for my events until state meet.
Shout out state meet.
In Ypsilanti, Michigan.
Shout out
at Eastern.
Shout out Eastern.
Yeah.
Wait, their pool's kind of like deteriorated now, right?
Yeah. They don't really have swim teams anymore. Anyways.
Wait, the women's
the
team?
college. I don't know what it is.
Cut.
Yeah, I think both. I think
the
women's was reinstated. I don't know. Anyways.
Okay.
Anyways, we all had to sit like outside. This was at summer state meet, and Kyle, Kevin's older brother, was sitting out there cheering for him. And I think at this point I had 3 cuts for my events, and I think Kevin had 2. I think I think I made my 4th cut, and I remember walking out into where we were sitting, and I go, Kyle, guess what? He was like, what? You're standing right there. I said, I have more cuts than Kevin does. And that was the only time that I could ever say this, because Kevin was a stud athlete.
Okay, all right. You don't gotta sugar. Keep going. Keep stomping right on my head.
I'll twist the knife right in your back before I take it out. Kidding.
I just watched the movie Gladiator where someone actually did that.
That's
and it was
disgusting. Well, that was really the end of my story.
Okay. Well,
and Kevin was mad. I think you ran off and you like played catch or something with your dad.
Yeah, shout out Ed.
Ed was a real one. Do you remember when he would give us money for our or what was the smoothie thing?
Maui Wowies.
Maui Wowies.
Yeah,
and I remember Ed would always donate to the fund.
Yeah, we would always be down there on the pool deck with, those tiki cups and
they're plastic. You try to collect them. Dang, you should put some of those on the podcast. Remember when it was at Jenna's grad party? Maui Wowie? Yeah.
I forget. I didn't have that at my. Derek had it at his party. I think it was Derek's party.
I thought it was Jenna's.
I think it was Derek's.
Jenna did breakfast and smoothies. Yeah, it was hers.
Okay, well then Derek had it too.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, Derek had it too. I know we had it at 2 of them. I didn't have it because I was trying to. I was just like, I don't. Okay. I had like Hog Wild, I think. Which still, like, whatever you have at your grad party. Why are they so expensive?
I don't know.
Like, what?
I feel so bad for my parents.
Like, okay, at the end of the day, it's like. When I'm throwing a grad party for my kids when I'm older, like, sorry, there is no food. Like, you can bring your own food.
I'm not going.
We'll say BYOF. Bring your own food.
What about the beer?
Well, no beer because the kid's 18.
What about for me?
I don't want him drinking. I don't want him drinking ever. I'm going to tell him the same thing President Trump tells his kids. No drugs, no cigarettes, no alcohol.
Perfect.
And that's
you live
that's
a healthier
reality.
lifestyle that way.
You live a healthy lifestyle. You get more done. You're more productive. Your IQ stays higher. Oh my gosh! Talk about healthcare. She's about to get Ebola.
That's fine.
Derek was on the podcast about 2 days ago.
Oh,
right?
perfect! Okay. What a great guest.
So there is almost nobody in the world who can compartmentalize and accomplish as much as
it's insane.
He sat right there. He's crazy. I love Derek.
He's an anomaly. He literally is.
Yeah. But I think that's a big motivator for me because it's like shizzle. Like whatever I'm doing, it's like look at my brother. Look at what he's doing and being like, okay, well, I'm not. I gotta step my game up.
No, but let's talk about something.
What?
I think it's so unique. I don't know if you guys know, but Kevin came from a household of doctors. You came from a household where everybody's in medicine and you've chosen your own path, and I think it's so cool.
Thank you. I am blessed. I definitely was under a lot of stress. Do you remember what my parents used to tell us?
That you had to be doctors?
Well, whenever we talked about when we were under the age of 10 or under the age of 12, about what we wanted to do when we grew up, it was like nothing other than you can be any type of doctor you want. You can be any type of doctor you want.
I can hear Ed saying it.
So as a young kid, that kind of gets instilled in your brain. It gets instilled in your brain. So I walk into 6th grade biology class with Mrs. Bartels, and I'm like, yo, I'm going to be a doctor. Yeah, this is my stuff right here.
Was it, in fact, not your stuff?
Yo, like, the first day there, I was like, my whole life is a lie. Like my whole life, I thought I wanted to be a doctor. I wanted to be a doctor. But then I go to this biology class and they start to dabble. They start to dabble into anatomy. Just
and
a little dabble.
Hell no.
And I was like, yo, get me out of here. But I think at the end of the day, it's like.
Maybe I was supposed to be a Maas and you were supposed to be somebody else. I'm kidding.
2 weeks before the Park Township, or no, a little bit after the Park Township election, someone called me really stupid. And
I would read those Facebook groups.
Yeah,
sometimes.
no, I got so much hate.
I was like, what? He's a kid defying the odds. Like,
yeah, it's like,
shut up. Thank you.
But I kept going. I didn't let them get to me.
Perfect.
If anything, like I love it when people hate on me because it just
feels the flame from underneath and you just explode off. Then.
Yeah, and then when people praise me,
he doesn't know how to take it. Can you tell?
What?
I'm not like used to it, you know.
I don't get it very much, and it's kind of like a defense mechanism, you know. I will say that you are a special human because you recognize, and like you could low key be a psychiatrist.
I would be a psychiatric
she's sitting over here.
practitioner.
She's a guest on the #1 show in the world, and then she's over here. She's with a pen and a paper,
on
and
the
she's
couch.
like she's doing a brain scan of the host right here. What's going on? No, but like actually, you're gonna be a really talented nurse.
Thank you so much. I really appreciate
like,
that. Would you trust me with your life?
No.
That's okay. I wouldn't trust me with anyone's life yet.
No, I wouldn't. No, like I wouldn't trust nobody with my life. Like in what regard?
No doctors in like an ER.
Well, okay, give me the scenario.
Say you come into the emergency room and you are bleeding internally and you're puking up blood for the last 72 hours and your blood pressure's tanked, your body temperature's 94 degrees, and you are pale as hell because you're about to die. Would you trust me?
But I've been alive for 3 days.
But your body's declining.
Like I'm getting shorter?
No, like you're losing blood volume, so you don't have enough circulating blood in your body to pump throughout and your organs fail.
I mean, I would trust you. I would be like, yeah, it's the last cause. You do you. It's in your hands now. This is your blood now. No, but actually, okay.
Hang those units.
All jokes aside, what would you do? What would be like your plan of action
Well,
to save this dying Kevin J. Maas senator?
I would need some orders from the doctors.
Say, I'm gonna have to call up my lawyer that I don't have.
Well, this was something I saw this semester, so based off of what I took notes on while I was in there, he got a lot of blood.
And she's saying she didn't do choir.
What?
Just the way you like articulated your voice, and then you were trying to tell us you didn't do choir. Like, come on, get out of here. Get out of here. No, but like for real though.
Hang those units of blood. Get some orders from the doc. Put that bear hugger on him. Get that core temperature up.
What's a bear hugger?
It is a medical piece of equipment that they utilize. It's kind of like a blanket, but it traps all the heat in your body so that you can like it's like a warm blanket, but it's not. It like circulates with air and it heats up your core.
So it's like kind of like the circulation.
Kind of, but it like comes over you. So it's literally like here down so that it heats up your body.
Why don't they just like put you in a sauna?
I feel like your body can't.
They just.
Kevin's thinking some interesting things right now.
No, that I didn't. I oh my goodness, I did not mean that in a at all way other than what I meant. But okay, here's the thing. I was at the Aquatic Center today, right?
Yeah, I have not been there since I stopped swimming.
I'm gonna tell you a funny story.
Okay.
So last night, you already know I got no sleep. The night before that, I got 2 hours. I have not gotten much sleep. So
yeah, and I keep yelling at him about it. Have I not already today?
Say it again.
I keep yelling at you about it. I keep telling you, go to bed. Have I not told you that, 5 times today?
No, I think you're just capping. I think you're saying that right now to make yourself sound
Shut
better
up.
on camera. No, I'm just kidding. She did. She actually did. But I went to the Aquatic Center.
Okay.
Right? I walked there, and then I'm like, yo, what is going on here? Because I feel like a zombie. Yeah,
I don't know
I'm
how
walking
you work
in these. I'm walking in baggy, holy sweatpants. High key though. This is the style. The #1 show in the world has co-hosts and guests with you know, obviously the #1 style in the world.
I should have worn mine if I would have known.
Well, you know, we got a pink tie. We got the Uggs on.
Looking like he's at a gender reveal.
I'm having a boy.
I didn't know you were having a kid. I hope it's a dog or a
Come on,
cat.
man, it's the pink. The pink.
Why are you having a boy if your tie is pink? Or are you just being... Okay, never mind.
Oh, wait, I'm stupid. I meant, okay, no sleep. I'll just blame the sleep. Okay, I was at the Aquatic Center.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah.
Why I get there, it's like 8:30. Every single person is standing up and is just like sitting there. And I'm like, bro, what is going on
Standing
here?
up
Like
and
now I gotta
sitting
walk
there.
past all y'all, and I'm like in my homeless outfit, and then all like they were about
What
to
is
jump
your
in the
homeless
pool.
outfit? A freaking Nike sweatshirt and sweatpants?
No, it was like a okay.
Let's get the picture.
The Christmas episode where I was with that Michigan sweater. The Christmas, they know it's the Michigan sweater.
I've seen it. I've seen
the
pictures.
giant, ugly Michigan sweater.
Okay.
It's like the ugly sweater. No, like it's
an ugly sweater for Christmas.
yeah.
Yeah.
But like I would, you know, I used to wear it actually a lot more than just for Christmas. But here's the thing.
This is so bad.
First
We
of
both
all-
have ADHD
First of
and
all,
we're
I
going on
get there.
tangents.
I get there. I get to the pool,
Yep.
and they tell me I gotta pay $13.50 to swim. And at first I'm like, yo, like
I used to come here like every day. Who, like,
Well,
do you know who I am? Thank you.
Wait, come where? You used to come
No,
where?
you used to go to that pool every single freak cracking
Yo,
day.
I was like, well, okay, here's the thing. It's like
Wait.
nobody wants to do me any favors no more with regards to money because people think I have so much. But in reality, it's like, yo, just because I spent so much doesn't mean I have so much. You know what I mean? Like, there's a difference. I want to shout out my landlord because I don't know if you saw, but on the first episode, I said something I should not have said. I said, it looks like we're in a 5-star hotel, but we're really in a crappy garage. I am so sorry because here's the thing. You know me. I say like self-depreciating jokes to like, you know, make myself look bad, and then like everyone laughs.
It's your
it's
humor.
good to say
It's the humility.
self-depreciating. Yeah, humility. That was my attempt to do that, humility. But I did not think about how she would feel because this is actually her garage. It's a beautiful garage, and we were able to do this. It looks so sick.
It does.
And no, it is $1 million garage, $1 million home.
Like, it feels like it.
It feels like it feels like $1 trillion home.
Yeah.
It feels like we're in the royal palace.
You did a
You know
good
what?
job.
You know what my goal is?
What? I feel like you have a lot of those, and that's wonderful.
Well, business goal.
Okay.
You know, I think there's a very good chance. There might be a couple competitors in the Senate election. I wouldn't be shocked if I don't get a single Republican contester because they see my social media posts and
Is that a problem for you?
What is?
Your socials? Like, do people like that you're so active on them, or is that like hinder? Do you know?
I don't give a shit. What
No,
people
I
think. Well,
know,
because
but I'm just like
here's
I'm
the deal.
genuinely curious.
I think of myself. I think I don't really listen to anyone else because almost everyone told me like stop posting, stop. Like it's just like embarrassing. But it's like just because it makes you embarrassed that I'm doing this doesn't mean it makes me embarrassed. Because I
Right.
know it helps me. Because I'm reaching 80,000 accounts,
Which is
a month.
amazing.
And in our area, I only need about over 100,000 votes. And do you know anyone on the
No.
ballot besides like the president?
No. Well, and that's why I like
vice
when you can
president?
send it home and you can do the what is that called? Because you can take your time and you can actually research who the
what I'm
heck
saying.
is out there
No,
and
all
what
I-
you're voting for.
I know some of these guys are watching. They're trying to like craft a campaign strategy against me. But the reality is I have so much in the pipeline that you have no idea about.
It's a mastermind.
You can okay, here's the deal. I feel like competitors have no choice but to acknowledge me because I'm so active. But
I agree. Honestly, that
like,
is such a good point.
I think no matter how much money they spend, it's like they're I don't know.
Social media,
People are
marketing wise,
Yeah.
is insane.
But,
I think
like-
you should hire a social media manager.
I don't got the money for that though. Like
I bet you could get some kid who needs a little internship in college.
I've been doing TikToks. I've been doing YouTube.
I know,
I've
but
been
what
doing-
about some college student who needs an internship?
Yeah, but like
You were
how
that
much-
kid
how much-
once.
How would I get that intern then? Call up young Republicans, or what would I do?
I think that you could find a college student early on, freshman, sophomore, junior in college who is just looking for something to add to the resume. It doesn't have to be a whole paid position, but I think you got to think outside the box a little bit. Give someone else the chance that someone else gave you while you were in college.
Whoever would be my intern, they would have to be someone unique and special because I'm pretty hard to, on a podcast, it's good because it's like we got a camera, there's one goal, there's one mission, and, it's just like I'm a talk. But when this podcast is done, it's like my mind is like on a million different other things. I'm hard to work for in a way. And if anyone out there knows how to edit or at least, wants to learn how to edit, knows how to film, wants to get better at filming, wants to be a social media manager for a state senator in the in Michigan, because we're winning. We are winning, and we will win.
It's happening.
It's happened. Like there is, like you give me 2 years. You gave me 2 months for the Park Township. It was a little tricky, failed miserably, but now I got 2 years. It's like, they gave me too much time.
Nike Metcons, the best lifting shoe that there is, but I also wear them for daily wear. I did lift today.
What'd you hit?
I did back.
Ooh.
And some cardio.
Some squats?
That would be legs.
What is back?
Team no sleep.
You did back? Yo, she went to the gym and she laid on her back. Took a nap.
Honestly, that sounds like my kind of workout.
Low key, that sounds kind of enjoyable.
I would be the best person to be like a mattress tester because I can just like that during the day though, not at night. Do you know?
Speaking of mattresses, I don't want to get canceled, but like, have you heard all of those rumors about Mattress Firm?
No. Which, tell me, because I'm about to buy one.
Not from Mattress Firm.
No, okay.
No, they got some. Allegedly they have some shady stuff going on. I've just heard rumors. If any of you online know about that,
maybe I'm gonna have to scroll on the.
Just go on Marketplace.
I'm going to. I honestly want to furnish.
They don't got bed bugs.
Yeah, disgusting. I want to
But if they do, you could like fry those up and eat them.
That is the worst thing I think I've heard all day.
Wait, why? It's just like in India, they eat grasshoppers.
Yeah, bed bugs are a little different, sweetheart.
How? Can you actually tell me how they're different?
Sure.
I want to hear like, okay, she's a nurse, so she should know like the actual anatomy. Spin it on, how it acts.
No, what I do know is that they're super contagious and they're super freaking hard to get rid of. You literally, like, if you ask any nurse in the hospital if they would rather have this, like, stage 4 pressure injury versus people with bed bugs, they will take a nasty gaping wound over bed bugs because they don't want to take it home because it's so contagious and you're constantly scratching. You're so paranoid. You're like, what in the heck did I get on me? Did it get on me? Did my PPE even work? Am I carrying bed bugs home? And now I'm going to have to go to the freaking laundromat to wash all my stuff because I can't wash it in my washer and dryer at home. It's a serious issue.
Okay, it's a serious issue until you do what needs to be done. You wear a hazmat suit.
Well,
Problem
you do.
solved.
Oh, everywhere?
Yeah.
Or in the hospital? Because in the hospital you do, basically.
A hazmat suit.
Okay, that
like
sounds
I'm talking like
ridiculous.
a full on like chemical.
Chemical.
What's the show? Oh man,
Breaking Bad.
Yes, yeah, like a Breaking Bad. Walter White. That's what. A Walter White hazmat suit. No, do you have any like shows you're watching right now or favorite kind of episodes?
I'm watching Gossip Girl right now.
No.
Wait.
What?
Do you remember when we were like
I don't know.
13 or 14 and we were watching Gilmore Girls in the basement because Jenna got you hooked on it?
Jenna got me. Yo, low key, that's a good show.
I watched
though.
that the other day.
I'm not
like this fall, I was watching Gilmore Girls constantly.
Look, I'm a guy, but it's like some guys, they try like extra hard to be masculine. Yo, I'm wearing Uggs. Gilmore Girls, low key, that got me hooked. I was watching with Jenna because she wanted to watch. We were watching like 10 episodes. And at that point, it's like pretty damn good show.
It's just like comforting.
Then, the Uggs, I forget where the Uggs came from. I think someone wore them to school, like one person. And I was like, yo, that's the dopest.
Can I tell you something about Uggs?
Yeah. ADHD. We both got like ADD. So
it's so bad.
Like,
I'm so sorry. Okay, so the Ugg brand that we have in the U.S.
It's the same brand as Ugg.
No.
It's Ugg.
No. So
what is
Ugg Australia is the original Ugg that we grew up with when they were like super, super freaking expensive and they were all sheepskin and sheep fur and whatnot, okay? They never patented They never patented their brand. So this Ugg took their idea and they made their own version because Ugg Australia is called Ugg Australia. And these ones are just mass produced. So people think they're buying Ugg Australia, but they're actually buying this mass produced Ugg version.
Well, you know what I gotta say? Shout out Ugg, because no matter what, I don't care if it's Ugg Australia, I don't care if it's Ugg England, I don't care if it's Ugg Iceland or Ugg Switzerland, or you know what? They could be Ugg USA. It's a very, very real possibility. But it's like, yo, they're so comfy.
Oh, they are 100%. I own Ugg USA. I'm not discriminating.
The only thing I wish is that they're so thick that the least they could have done is made the outside like water resistant.
You can buy stuff to waterproof them.
I know, but I'm not buying that stuff.
I have it. Do you need it? Do you need me to bring it over? Or is it worth it? Not worth it now.
Look, I have never been that extra. You know what I mean? It's
okay, but then you're protecting your shoes so you don't have to buy another pair.
The
Kevin needs a girlfriend to do this for him.
Yo, no, I'm single. I'm not ready to mingle. I'm just chilling. I'm focusing on myself.
No, honestly, so good.
I encourage every single one of you. It's like, if you're single, if you just went through a breakup, it's okay. Don't try to force yourself into going to another relationship.
Because they're usually worse.
They're almost
or
always
you go
worse.
into the same freaking cycle.
If it's the same relationship.
Oh, don't do that.
Run out,
unless there's been time.
What?
I said don't do that unless there's been time, because otherwise I'd be a complete hypocrite. No, I'm saying you can go back to a relationship, but there needs to be like a significant amount of time between it if you're choosing to do that.
Honestly, it depends on the way it ended.
Oh, 100%.
I don't even know why we're on this topic, but the viewers, you guys, if you're going through a breakup, look, I've been through breakups. I've been in a relationship. I've been single.
Wait a few years, then hit him up.
Wait, what?
I said wait a few years, then hit him up.
You can hit me up whenever. I'm not saying you can't hit me up. I'm just like,
Kevin's so focused on his career and getting the bag and being successful and growing up as a person.
Yo,
there's no time for women.
Like such a fool. I know. Look,
no, it's not.
Okay, well, look,
you can cut all this out.
No, this is a great episode, high key. But look. I think at the end of the day, it's like, look, you want to be single? You want to be in a relationship? Are you in high school? Forget about it. Yo, everything will change when you go to college.
True. I mean, there are the few minority relationships.
What % of high school relationships?
Probably like a very, very small, minuscule.
She already knows the question. The question I was going to ask was, what % of high school relationships make it through that first 3 months of college?
This is probably because of the ADHD. I just know what you're going to say because the sentence is already finished in my head.
That was okay, but
not in a bad way. I just am I know what you're going to say.
What would you advise that senior in high school who's in a long-term relationship?
Have they been in a long relationship? Okay. I don't know. I think that's hard. I think there's a difference between a long-term relationship and a serious relationship. I think a serious relationship, your goal is to get to that point and you're taking it seriously, like you want to get married to that person. Although I don't think you should be dating if you don't plan on marrying people.
It wasn't a bit. I don't know why I laughed there. I'm sorry.
No, you're fine. I think long-term, I agree. That's when you've been together a significant amount of time, you've done major life decisions together, you are paying for things together.
If you live with that,
yes and no.
If you live with that girl, that woman, or what, call them whatever I don't know. If you live with them, your partner, for 4 weeks straight.
Okay, that's
and you
crazy
still
though.
Are obsessed with them, that's love.
I don't know about not leaving your sight. That
no,
seems
I'm just
a little
saying,
crazy.
But love is crazy.
Yeah,
right?
but it should be stable. It shouldn't be crazy. It shouldn't be.
That is stable. Isn't crazy
being
arguing
codependent on each other? No.
No, that's not. I'm not saying codependent. I'm just saying okay, locked in a prison cell. All right. Imagine.
I would go insane.
Okay, imagine we're in the Gladiator movie, right? They're prisoners of war. and they share a prison cell. They share it for years, and they share it together. They don't leave each other's sight.
Is that what that movie's about? Because I didn't see it.
Yeah, no, I just watched it yesterday. That's why it's like
Charlie went and saw it. I did not.
Shout out Charlie. I would ask you about that movie, but you're not here. I think if any of you guys watched the movie Gladiator, why did they not tell us at the end that the main guy, the prisoner of war?
Is this a spoiler? Should we give a spoiler alert?
Spoiler alert.
Thank you.
Spoiler alert. Sorry, guys. Well, look, the prisoner of war, they do this whole dethroning stuff, and then there's about to be this big war. And then this dude that, like, kind of started the whole catapult of the dethroning is about to go fight these dudes trying to dethrone him. But then this prisoner of war from the same other side comes back and then gets in a fight with this dude, and then they fight, and then the dude that was the prisoner of war killed the guy who led the kind of revolt and the fall of the Roman Empire. Then he actually killed him in the river. And then the dude who killed him, like, looked around and was like, yo, I will give you all free Five Guys and free Tuebor Bakery and free Bowerman's Blueberries if we all just say we love each other. And that was it.
Love is the answer.
Okay, yeah, they didn't say the part about the other restaurants, but everything else, like, if anyone watched this, they know, like, that's actually, like, you can put the pieces together, you know, but I wanted to make it seem like there wasn't spoilers.
I got lost, like, halfway through that, so.
Well, the good thing is, you guys, it was just Christmas. It was just,
by the time this comes out, it'll be.
What was your
Christmas
favorite present?
My dog this year. That was my favorite present that I gave to myself. It might not have been for Christmas, but it was my favorite.
No, I'm saying, like, what was your favorite present that you got at Christmas?
Oh.
That, like, you didn't know about before the Christmas day?
I honestly don't know yet. So do you want me to bullshit this?
No.
Have you gotten any presents yet?
I don't think I'm going to get anything. I don't know.
Okay, that's crazy.
I didn't ask
I will
for
literally
anything.
go buy you, like, candy at the store and call that your Christmas present.
I want cookie dough bites.
You should just
Shout out cookie dough bites.
What about like homemade cookie dough and frozen into bites? Would that be better?
Okay, don't act like almost every package of cookie dough. It's all like,
Yeah, because there's no eggs in it, so they don't get salmonella.
how do you say it?
Salmonella.
Look, I like salmon.
Yeah, it's not that.
Salmon, Mizu sushi. Shout out Mizu, man.
I've never been there. Brody was telling me the other day how I need to go.
I don't believe you.
I seriously have not been there, and I love Chinese food, but I don't like sushi.
How can you say with pride that you're from Holland, Michigan, and you've never been to Mizu sushi?
Because I've been to Tuebor Bakery and Bowerman Blueberries.
You want to know what's crazy? I don't think there's no way he's watching this right now, but he said he may be interested in coming on in January. Oh, it's Tuebor. It's Tuebor Bakery. You guys, anyone who lives in Holland knows, like,
That is the spot.
No.
They have the best pancakes ever.
we went a ton of times, but my family, that was like that. Literally, I get nostalgia there because I remember when Tuebor Bakery was still only half of the building, and you know there was a bait store on the other side, and then they bought the other side, and then they kept expanding, they kept growing, they kept
now they have a
remodeling.
place on the
They're
south side.
innovators. And then they got a place, and then they started selling chicken.
Those chicken sandwiches are good.
It took me a while to try them because I was like, I just like the breakfast, and then eventually I was like, okay, the breakfast is some of the best I've ever had.
The best breakfast I've ever had.
I might as well. No, it is. It is the best
so
breakfast
good.
I've ever had. It's the best chicken sandwich I've ever had in my
It's so
life.
good.
I got that every single day in the summer when I was working on the south side. Every single day, I got because they did a student special, like a student special where they gave you 3 tenders or 1 sandwich, fries, a dipping sauce.
Their
and a
dipping
drink.
sauces, isn't it like the campfire sauce? It's so good.
What is campfire sauce? It's like ranch,
I think
mayo,
I don't
mustard
know.
mixed
It's their
together.
own special thing. I think it's like their signature sauce.
It's like made like.
It's kind of like a Chick-fil-A
Tuebor.
sauce, but Tuebor.
So Chick-fil-A sauce is
Mayo.
mustard,
barbecue.
barbecue, mayo, and ranch. Maybe not ranch, maybe ranch.
I don't think ranch is.
I don't know if it's ranch or not. Okay, here's the question. When you eat fries,
Okay.
do you get like buttermilk ranch or blackened ranch? That's the question.
I don't think I've ever had blackened ranch.
Okay, I don't know where I've even seen that, but you guys see when there's 2 options. It's
But
like,
I want to know. I know of like Chipotle ranch. That stuff is good.
have you been to that one spot Oh gosh, it's so good.
Now I'm hungry. Thank you.
I told Haley we were gonna do this yesterday at 6:30.
No, Kevin is the worst person at texting people back. However, if you call him, he will answer.
Yeah, see. And
But I suck. I hate calling people, so that's my problem.
Why you gotta expose me like that, yo? Like
I am the worst. I don't answer phone calls.
I'm a nice guy. I feel like
You are
sometimes.
so nice.
You know.
have a.
I am bad at responding sometimes.
I've always said that Kevin has like the personality that he is going to be successful in whatever he does. He just has like something so unique about his personality. He reminds
What
me
is it?
of like a young Logan Paul. And however, like he has the characteristics of like he has a witty personality. He has a huge sense of humor. He loves to make other people laugh, but at the same time has one of the biggest hearts in the entire world.
Thank you.
So
now I feel bad because I should be the one hyping you up.
whatever.
I
get enough of that on the daily. It's okay.
Well,
thanks, Charlie.
No, Haley is a G. Haley is the one, like, no matter what, it's like some people reach out when you're up. Only when you're up. Mm-hmm. That ain't you. You've been reaching out since day one. And you've been reaching out when I was in the trenches. You just reached out of the blue. How you doing? You didn't even know I was in the trenches. I didn't say I was, and you never knew. But the reality was I was in such a low spot. You remember this? This was like a year and a half ago when we were talking. I was in a pretty low spot in my life, and you reached out, and at that point, it's like nobody was reaching out to me. I don't know. It kind of.
You see who the real ones are.
Yeah, you don't really see. You can't tell, but you remember. You got a memory. You remember what these dudes said in the past. You remember what they said about you in the past. You remember what they said about you at school. You remember people that blew you off. Don't
the
forget
people
that,
that
guys.
stole $5,000 from you in Tennessee.
10,250.
Oh, sorry.
But like, look,
more than
like
that.
it is what it is. I made that money back. But at the end of the day, Haley would have done the same thing. She would have taken the money from me too. So.
The fuck you mean?
No, I'm just kidding.
Kevin is one of my ride or dies. I will go to the grave.
Shout out.
I will go. Jesus, tree makes me want to. Oh, I thought we were gonna like dap up.
Yeah,
that
that's
really
weird.
awkward.
That's weird. No, we don't do daps. Have we ever done a dap?
Yeah, numerous times. So that was really awkward. Nah, it's okay now.
No, fuck. We gotta do it.
This tree.
No. Okay.
makes me wanna.
Yo, Haley doesn't know how to do an actual dap. I'm going to give the girls a lesson here because this is a problem because girls, this is what people used to do in middle school. They used to go like this, like boom, and then just boom.
Yeah.
That's not what people do no more though. It's like, now it's like you meet in the palm, like boom, and then you go like boom.
Oh,
it's like the mature.
Do you still snap at the end? Wait.
Alex Richardson did the same thing. That is so stupid.
I was always taught by the males.
Okay, all right. So practice, boom, boom.
Yeah,
I snapped.
Wait,
so is it basically like whoever snaps first is cooler? Is that what I'm hearing here?
I think you're overthinking it.
Because I snapped first, so.
Well, okay. I would say you're cooler than me, so.
No, I'm not. I don't think I'm cool.
Kevin is trying to stay humble right now. Don't let him fool you.
What is that insinuating? Does that wait? Hold up. Was that meaning I'm not humble?
Sometimes, but that's okay. Everyone needs that in their life.
Yeah.
You need to increase nurses' pay as well. That's a very personal opinion. At least $8 to $10 more an hour. That sounds crazy, but we're
What are they paid
making
right now?
$37 an hour.
I'm not familiar with hourly wages, but like salary.
That's like $65,000 a year. That is not a lot of money for a medical profession. 12-hour shifts and how much stuff. It's not.
$65,000 is more than the average.
Okay, I don't care if it is more than average. Okay, it is a bachelor degree, and there are other positions that require nursing school.
Okay, but
has been one of the hardest undergrad to take into account. Like to go through is one of the hardest.
Everyone in healthcare,
this is not a diss at doctors because no. I'm going to say something that's really controversial.
Gosh,
this is not a diss at doctors. There are doctors who do fucking amazing things.
Her and her brother both.
Nurse who is at the bedside catching the new doctor's mistakes. The nurse is at the bedside monitoring that patient, knowing everything, and the doctor's like, no, that's wrong.
Okay.
You set your eyes on your patient.
Yo.
You do the dirty work for 12 fucking hours, and then you tell me.
Yo, I gotta disagree with you on that one though.
Okay.
I see my dad working his
I'm not
And
saying they
both my
don't. I'm not
parents,
saying they.
They're speaking gibberish, like quantum
Yeah, because
physics.
they're
It sounds
reading
like not stop, not stop,
X-rays.
not stop. But like
Because they're dealing with the fucking insurance companies. That's all. Unfortunately, medicine is so far away from the patients now. It's all within the money and insurance companies. It's so sad.
but-
Ed, I wasn't trying to discredit you and your wife's
Wait,
work.
what?
I said, Ed, I wasn't trying to discredit you and your wife's work.
Oh no, this is completely different. No. Shout out, mom. Shout out,
PK,
dad.
Ed, you guys are wonderful.
Doctors get so much hate, and it's like
They do.
It doesn't.
Some
make
of it's valid,
any
some of
sense.
it's not
I don't
valid
think
at
any
all.
of it's valid. I think the only stuff that's valid is the hate at the psychiatrist, and I think a lot of that, part of it has to do with blaming, like it. A lot of that blame really should be going to the insurance companies, but everyone's too afraid to say that because, all these politicians, all their donors, like they got lobbyists writing checks. They want to keep getting those checks. So they ain't going to say nothing that's going to get them in trouble. Welcome to politics.
Yep,
but that's why
stupid.
we need a disruptor in politics.
This is your guy.
I'm telling you.
Are we going to tell this story about Ed?
Oh my gosh, I forgot. Yeah, so basically, after the Park Township election, I played it off pretty cool. I kept posting. I did not stop. I could not stop because if I stopped even a little bit, then I would stop for good, and I could not stop. Could not. So I kept going, but deep down, it was tough. It was tough. It's like I worked really hard for something, and I failed miserably. It was tough. But meanwhile, while I was, still posting, you got to take advantage of everything you can get, or you got to capitalize every single moment. And I did, but I got so much hate from Park Township and the people there, and they called me so stupid. They were like, "We can't do that. That's not in our jurisdiction. Like we that's not our problem. We can't do that." The amount of times that I got told that on Facebook, in person, online, at Park Township by the old board is ridiculous. So you know what? I'm going to run for Senate. I'm going to win, and I'm going to be our state senator, and I'm going to get these things done that I said I was going to get done running for Park Township.
Period.
I wanted to do that, all right?
'Kay.
I told my dad, I was like, "Dad, I'm running for state senate." He was like, "Oh, gosh, Kevin."
It's the exact voice, too.
Kevin, you know how many votes that is? Go, Kevin. And I was like, and he was like, "Oh, you should run for a county commissioner." And I was like, "Yo, get out of here, bro. I am not." He run for a state representative. And I was like, "Bro, if I could run for governor, well, I probably wouldn't. I just wouldn't win governor.
Yeah.
There's a chance,
Not
but
now.
like
Maybe later.
This election, everyone tried to talk me out of it. Though it was those people that like made me want to run, not only to accomplish the big three goals and the big three priorities that I've outlined, being lifeguards, mental health, and small business support, but I mean also to prove these guys wrong. It's kind of similar to when Obama roasted Trump. Haley's like, "Yo, I'm trying to go eat some fried chicken, man. I'm trying to go to
From
Tuebor."
Tuebor, it's closed.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Unfortunately.
Well, words of wisdom, last things to tell the viewer. What do you got to say?
If you can't be good, you better be good at it.
Done. That was good, I think, right?
I think it was all over the fucking place.
Which is good. That's every single. Yo, shout out Tuebor. Shout out Ghost.